All right, welcome back to the Brown Balls podcast. We are back after a week and a half hiatus. Kenil, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I missed that we didn't do it last week. It's because of my sister-in-law getting married. Congrats to her and her
Congrats.
husband. Neil, man, Neil. He's our big listener, Neil. So I'm really happy for them both. It was a great wedding, epic wedding, man. It was insane. It was blast, man. But it was great. Congrats
Dude, I
again
saw
to them,
your
man.
IG post. It looked freaking epic as heck, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, and you know what? Quick story, man. My brother-in-law, he's a funny character. I think him and my sister-in-law, Neelam, right? For seating charts, you know how they put sitting names, names and table number. They came up with a clever idea, and they put Brown Balls Joshi. So big shout out to them. Getting my name out there. I appreciate them both. Again, big congrats to both of them, man. I'm happy for both of them. It was a great wedding. But yeah, man, congrats to Neil and Neil, man.
Yeah, what a wedding, I'm sure it was, dude. It's freaking awesome, man. But let's get into some sports, man. I know it's been a week and a half.
Yes, sir.
A lot has happened. Some stuff that like last week was breaking. Now it's like old news. But let's start off with NFL. We had the offseason happening. Some of the biggest stuff is kind of breaking the last couple of days. I'll get your thoughts on it. So the first one is your division rival, Seattle Seahawks. So they cut Tyler Lockett in the same day DK Metcalf wants trade.
Yeah.
So they're imploding in Seattle, man. What's going on over there?
Man, it's crazy. Well, Lockett, the writing was on the wall, right? I mean, honestly, he's had the longest, tenure of being a Seattle Seahawks receiver. I mean, he's been there for a while, and I think he broke some type of record of catches or games played for Seattle. But the writing was on the wall. Metcalf is another story. I think Metcalf became when Metcalf got drafted. He was supposed to be an AJ Brown, right? A dominant first option deep threat, player. But that didn't really, pan out because, just whatever reason, he wasn't motivated, right? And then they drafted, the other receiver they have right now, right? Smith, which is good. And he kind of took over what Metcalf does, right? And he became their number one option. So, hey, I don't even remember last year, Metcalf didn't really get touches. Ball thrown to him.
He was the third best.
Exactly, after Lockett and Smith, right? And so, So, I mean, I'm not surprised. Honestly, Metcalf doesn't really have a good value to be traded. Dude, trust me, man. I know a team like Cowboys would want the name. That's the reason they'll probably trade him. I hope he doesn't. I hope Jerry Jones doesn't do that kind of shit. But Metcalf is not really a first option. Maybe a second option, but he's not.
How much of that is it because Geno Smith is throwing the ball? What if you give him like an elite, QB, like let's say the Rams?
Yeah, but Geno's okay, right? He's not bad, right? He can throw the ball, right? He can make it happen, right? But he has. Honestly, all I know is that Metcalf doesn't have a right attitude, man, towards the game, and that makes a huge difference, So yeah,
I feel like the last 2 seasons, especially in the offseason, he's been a little bit of a diva. Like I don't know if I want to come back. I want to be traded. He's kind of been on and off a little bit.
Yep.
So I can see that, but he's still a solid receiver.
Yeah.
I think he's slated to make $28 million. I think something like that. So whatever team signs him, or not signs him, but whatever team trades for him, like maybe a 5th rounder, like kind of like a Debo Samuel kind of trade might be the best thing for them. I would imagine the Rams, because now that you're losing Cooper Kupp,
it's division rival, man. That wouldn't happen, and so it wouldn't happen.
I mean, where else can you go? In New England, Commanders.
Man, no, Commanders just got Debo. Commanders just got Debo. They're done doing receiving.
The Chargers.
I can see. I mean, Chargers, because Chargers really need a receiver, man. Right? I mean, they
just waived Joey Bosa. So
we gotta talk about that too, man. That's insane. Yeah. I still think Joey Bosa has game, bro. To be honest with you, so I don't know what they're doing. But like Chargers or Raiders, I can see going there.
Yeah, it sucks for him because the Raiders is like
But don't you
where you
think?
go for
Don't
your
you think
career to die.
he's suited for that kind of team though? Raiders, like
But
Diva,
they suck
like
though, dude.
I know they do suck. I'm just trying to say like he's a name and that's a team, right? Like it's kind of like that's where
I would think Jerry Jones would get a good look at him.
that's what I'm
Honestly,
afraid of. Cowboys being my second favorite team, I'm really afraid
yeah,
of that because I'm not a huge fan of Metcalf. So I hope
I
not, man.
would imagine Jerry Jones wants a name like that in his team.
Yeah,
But
and when I was saying
that's an interesting thing that happened. Was DK Metcalf wanting to leave? I don't know. It was kind of out of nowhere. Initially, everyone thought that is because Tyler Lockett was waived.
No,
it had nothing.
It had nothing to do with that.
Him.
It had nothing to do with that because the thing is this: for Tyler Lockett to be gone. Look, honestly, Tyler Lockett didn't do much last year. It was basically Jackson Smith-Njigba doing everything.
Yeah,
he had a breaking year, like last year. Actually, he had a really good year last year. He was catching all the throws, receptions going towards him, and then Metcalf kind of got hidden behind Jackson Smith-Njigba, and so. Yeah. I mean, dude, Lockett was doing nothing. He barely even caught balls.
Right. He's just kind of on paper.
I just think Metcalf is done with that franchise. He's tired. He wants like a new, new team, new culture. You know what's another team, dude? I think Steelers.
Oh yeah, the Steelers definitely need. I mean, I think they're more worried about trying to get a good QB.
Yep.
But yeah, the Steelers could definitely use a guy like him. But at the same time, I mean, they already have Pickens, who's a diva. Now you're gonna add Metcalf the same way. Like they're both kind of the same players.
Yeah.
So like it's a headache for Tomlin.
That is. We'll see where he lands on, man. I don't think he really has that kind of value. And to be honest with you, man, like you said, the Debo. We're gonna get into Debo right now. So, but Debo getting traded for the 5th round. I don't think Metcalf even has that type of value. 5th round. I think he has more of that guy who got traded yesterday. Kirk. What's his name from Jaguars?
From the Jags.
What's his name? Kurt. I just had his name on top of my head. Kirk.
Christian Kirk.
There you go. He got traded for, I believe, 7th round pick.
Yeah.
That's the type of value I think Metcalf brings. To be honest with you,
not for $20 million a year, dude.
I know, man. They paid him like crazy.
Not for $20 million a year.
Who do want to trade? Who do want to give up like a top 5 pick? I mean, top 5, not 5 pick, but 1st round picks.
Maybe not 1st rounder. I would imagine like a 4th or 5th, like a Debo Samuel kind of thing.
Yeah, 5th rounder.
Debo Samuel's also kind of washed too a little bit. He's
been hurt though, so getting to Debo, man, I think that's a great pickup.
But he's been hurt, but he's also like last year, the Niners really needed him because everyone was injured, and
he was injured too, though.
Yeah, he was on and off, and then he was making all that
injured, man. He's always injured
on the sidelines, getting after the punter or the kicker or whatever. Like
that was horrible.
Just a headache.
That was horrible. But you know what though? I love this move for the Commanders. Love it because the thing is this, for Daniels, it's gonna open up things, right? Like, okay, so for example, like the running game last year got stuck, right? If you remember the playoffs, like they couldn't do much, right? Debo kind of gives them that weapon, which is like a hybrid running receiver, So I think it's gonna open up so much for everybody else, right? The running game's gonna open up because and you have that offensive coordinator who is very brilliant in making schemes, right? The play calling schemes. So this is gonna be great for Daniels, for him to throw the ball and also opening up the running game, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. This is definitely a good pickup move for him because Debo's more like a two. Like he's a running back / a wide receiver. Like he can do both. Like he's a yak monster, right? Yards after carry. So like they need someone like that, and especially for Jayden Daniels. They're also bringing back Wagner, right? So, I mean, honestly, the Eagles are honestly in a whole level of their own, but they're probably going to be the ones that are going to likely give them the toughest run.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%.
Right.
100%.
Because they are improving a lot, and I think Jayden Daniels year 2 will have a better year 2 than CJ Stroud did. Right.
I want to see that though, because CJ Stroud also had a great first year, and then he just collapsed. And I want to see if people figure it out. Jayden Daniels. I want to see if they figure it out. I mean,
he went to the NFC Championship game.
Bro, that's insane. But let's see, man.
For year 1 is crazy.
But do you remember coming into this season, like people had promising, for Stroud, like, oh my god, damn, gonna have a breakout year, So, but he didn't. So, but this is gonna. Well, the thing about having, picking him up for Daniels is that you got to respect him, right? You got to respect his game. You can't back off, right? Because he can easily, like you say, after catch, he runs, man. He gets yardage, so.
Yeah, and honestly, Jayden Daniels is a better QB than Brock Purdy was. So, I think Debo's probably just happy about that too, having a legit QB that can throw the ball and that can read the offense, not a system QB like how Brock Purdy is.
I'm excited though, man. With that. Killsbury, right? That's his name, the offensive coordinator. Killsbury or whatever his name is. But he's a guru, man, for offense, And I want to see what he does with Debo in the backfield, with the running back, with Daniels and and the McLaurin, right, still there, right? So
scary,
it's gonna open up everything, man. And then they still have Hurts, right? Or not Hurts? What's his tight end's name? Zach Ertz, right? Yeah, Zach Ertz. Yeah. They have him too, still. So his career has, came back. He's
honestly
good.
That the NFC East. I mean, it's gonna be down to those two teams. The Cowboys haven't been making any moves. The Giants, their biggest move probably getting Aaron Rodgers, which is not gonna help them whatsoever. So it's gonna be down to those two teams for sure.
I do feel they won't go for Rodgers. Giants, I think they'll go for the guy from Minnesota, man. To be honest,
Darnold.
Yeah, they can trust that.
That's a smarter move. I would go, if I'm the GM, I would go for that. If I'm the Rams, I was like, you're out of your mind. I mean, I don't know who wants to sign Rodgers right now for anything.
Yes,
I
agree with you.
But yeah. So let's talk about your Rams, though. I mean, I know we missed it last week, but you guys got Matthew Stafford back, which is a great and smart move. He took a team-friendly deal, apparently. I think he talked to Sean McVay, and they kind of worked it out. What's next, though, man?
It's so funny, man.
One play away from the
honestly, okay. So I was at the wedding and this deal broke, and I couldn't really look into what happened and how it happened and stuff. So So Matthew Stafford re-signed with the Rams, which I'm really happy about. But leading up to, I think that was Thursday's news or something. No, that was Friday's news that he signed. Last Friday he signed, right? Leading up to it, it felt like he was done with the Rams.
Yeah,
all the rumors and everything that had. I mean. There was a podcast that Sean McVay was on, and he sounded like Matthew Stafford's gone, So, I'm happy he's back. It's just because we were 15 yards away from going to the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
I don't want to say Washington Commanders were not a threat, but again, they're a young team. But I felt like whoever won Eagles and the Rams game was going to the Super Bowl, and so I can't say the Rams could have done the same thing what Eagles did, because you got to give respect to the Eagles. The Eagles put a dominating performance against KC, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
But we would have at least made it to the Super Bowl. We would have had the home field with all the fire going on and everything. People would be going behind that team and helping them out, motivating them. Mm-hmm. So that's the thing, man. So I'm happy we got him back. The only thing I'm just kind of I want to hear what's going on with Cooper Kupp, man. That's his guy, man. I understand that he has injury-prone season and everything. For the past 2 years, hasn't been healthy, right? Since Super Bowl year in 2021, right? So they asked Sean McVay on 17 ESPN the other day when he was on. They straight up asked him about, Matthew Stafford was kind of out the door, and you guys kind of got him back and re-signed him. Would that be the same thing for Cooper Kupp case, where people are talking about he's basically out the door? And he straight up said, look, I don't want to BS you guys, but to be honest, we're trying to find him a home that works for him. And we're trying to, get him to a team that's contending as well, and, where both sides can agree on. So he basically showed his card saying that we're not signing Cooper. And I really want to know what the hell happened, because he's still a... did you know Cooper Kupp is only 28, 29 or something?
Yeah, he's still young.
He's not old at all, man. He's not washed or anything, so damn, dude,
something must have happened within the organization with him.
Yeah.
That is led to this, because and in the situation with him and Stafford is not the same thing, because Stafford wanted to stay, but he just wants more money. Whereas Cooper Kupp, the Rams just don't seem interested at all, wanting him.
Right.
Again, something happened. They're just we're going to find you a home, but we don't want you here, right? And I think Cooper Kupp wants to stay, but they're like, we don't want you,
That's crazy. But, I'll tell you right now, man, Cooper Kupp is a winner. He's always known for catching great, throws or bad throws. catches well. He always has 2 feet inside the field. If I'm a team like Buffalo or KC, Chargers, you should go grab him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm telling you, he's a winner, and he will make your life easy for a quarterback, man. Think about Buffalo having him, man. Like,
yeah, Josh Allen would love him.
He's a winner, man. So look, I'll always root for Cooper Kupp, man. Wherever he goes, but man, it sucks. He's not gonna be back. I mean, I'm happy we got Stafford back. Because we're bringing back the same team except for Cooper Kupp. I want to see what we do with. I mean, we still got to address receiving, core, meaning like a deep threat, right?
Receiving and running back.
Because why running back? I want to hear your take on running back.
Your running back last year was fumbling the ball everywhere. There's 2 fumbles in the game that cost you, right? Like that dude cannot for the life of him hold the ball. Like
I agree with that.
He's Butterfingers, man. You got. I mean, either do what Bill Belichick used to do, put freaking butter all around that ball, and make him run sprints nonstop, or like get somebody else, because you cannot. He fumbled at the worst time in that game, dude. You guys had the momentum. I remember texting him like, dude, this is gonna be a blowout. Looking so good, Rams looking so freaking good, and then he fumbles the ball at the worst freaking time.
I know, man.
I would have get out of here.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, he did fumble at the wrong time. So we're basically bringing our defense is good, man. I love our defense, and we're gonna add more. Jared Verse won, defensive rookie of the year, so which is great, so our defense is solid. I don't think, we're gonna worry too much about our defense, but our offense, we gotta address the deep threat, right? T. Higgins would be great, but he's been, franchise tagged. So it'll be tough to get him. Believe it or not, man, I would not mind, getting Devontae Adams, who's a free agent, who got cut by the Jets. It might be a low cost. Matthew Stafford and Devontae Adams might not be a bad idea. Does he want to
stick around with his homie, though? Isn't that the thing? It's a 2-for-1 deal?
You know what? That reminded me of Dwayne Wade and LeBron James and Cavaliers sticking with his homie. That was catastrophic blow up right there. Remember when Dwayne Wade actually went to Cleveland?
The Cavs, yeah.
That was
man.
So Devontae Adams is available, man. He got cut by the Jets, so I would not mind having him as a, giving him non-guarantee kind of deal and see where he goes. And just put incentives in that deal, basically. If he passes like 1,000 yards, here's money. If he got 5 touchdowns, here's some money. Right. Incentive deal kind of deal. That'd be great. So. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm happy we signed Matthew Stafford. I'm glad, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, that's a huge move. I think that's the biggest thing that the Rams had to do. And then, I mean, having a top 5 QB, I think is gonna make you okay as far as offense goes, and your defense was great. So I think just adding a few receivers, maybe a couple of running backs, and you guys are set.
Yeah, exactly.
Next move we have
Bosa. You want to go Bosa?
Yeah, Joey Bosa got cut today.
That's huge, man. I want Rams to go after him so bad, dude. Joey Bosa is still good.
You think so? He hasn't had a good season in the last 4 seasons, though.
I know, man. He's on and off with injuries too, right, man? But you can never count Joey Bosa out, man. This guy is flat out can play, man. I mean, he's a good
now the
leader.
Chargers have $90 million in cap, right?
Yeah,
cap space.
Yeah, they do.
So you think they go after Myles Garrett instead?
I can see that. I can see that happen. Yeah.
Upgrade.
Yeah, I can see that happen.
Because they need to improve their defense. They got to get a receiver in there. Maybe Metcalf goes over there. They got to do a lot of stuff, right? They were good last year, but they choked against the Texans, which no one saw coming. Yeah. And you still have an elite quarterback like Justin Herbert. So they're going to make moves, honestly. Joey Bosa leaving was pretty surprising, honestly. I didn't think that they would ever cut him like that.
Especially when he has so much left in his tank. So, he hasn't played too much in 4 years, so he still has, stuff left, man. So, I want to see where he's gonna go to contender for sure, right? I would not rule out Niners, just comparable to the brother.
Yeah, the both.
And that's what people are forgetting. So he might want to go to he might just go up north, and play for the Niners with Nick Bosa with his brother, So that's never happened, right? And so that'd be cool for him. So
that'd be crazy, but. Yeah, I would be interested to see where he goes. I think the Rams should probably pick him up, though.
That'd be great, man. A great leader right there.
Yeah.
We need that. You know, kind of show the ways. You know, I guarantee Jalen Carter would not be getting that sack for sure. You know, and he would have taught people how to defend offensive line. Hey, go after that guy only. You know,
Right.
when you're
Don't just
playing
let
in
him walk
defense,
right through the middle.
he'll show defensive ways that hey,
Yeah.
offensive line, go after this guy. You know, and not go 1-on-1 with Jalen Carter. You know, let him go straight to freaking Matthew Stafford and sack him. You know, so
Still can't with that freaking play, man. All right, and then we have Hendrickson from Bengals seeking a trade now. Their best defensive player.
dude, that's surprising, man. But again, their best defensive player. Again, their defense sucked last year, bro. Their defense let them down.
He's an all-pro player, though.
I know, man, but like, dude, they gotta revamp that whole defense, man. I wouldn't mind, seeking a trade for him and just go get some draft picks. They really gotta, really gotta show up the
get
defense.
Joey Bosa in there. Get like
get a bunch Garrett, of people. Dude. Go get him.
Myles Garrett.
Yeah, man. They need to. Dude, honestly, I love watching Burrow play, man.
Yeah, and the offense is the only reason why that team even had a chance at the end of the season.
Jamar Chase and Burrow. Oh my god.
And Higgins is gonna be gone because they keep franchising tagging him, and he's pissed. And so he's gone, right? Like whenever they're not able to do it anymore.
I have a question for you. I asked one of my friends too about this. When you get franchise tag, right? Why do players hate it? Because, like, to be honest with you, right, Tapas, if your supervisor tells you every year, right, that hey, look, we don't know what's next year's gonna, come about, but we want to, just do 1-on-1, right? Where we'll pay you, average of the top 3 salaries, right? Average of the top 3 salaries for your position. Mm-hmm. And we'll do year-to-year base. And it's all fully guaranteed.
Right.
What's the bad thing about it? I want to know.
They want long-term contracts, dude.
Why? But long-term is not guaranteed. Football is not guaranteed. Like, there's no guaranteed contracts, right? I mean, essentially, you are getting, like, basically, like, guaranteed money, right? Like, for example, a top 3 average for a receiver is, like, about, I want to say, like, $25 million.
Yeah, basically that.
You're getting fully $25 million, man. Like, think about if you get back-to-back years of that, that's $50 million. Like, what are you bitching about? Like, I want to know, Tapas, I'll be happy if I got a guaranteed 20. If my boss says that, look, I can't give you a long-term deal, but I'll give you the highest top 3 salary, and you want to sign a dollar line for $25 million guarantee, I would be like, all right, cool, man. Like, your life is set, man.
But you're stuck there.
Man, I don't know.
You're stuck there. Well, what if you want to be number 1 somewhere else?
Franchise tag is only done for 3 years? That's it, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 3 years max, and after that
you become a free agent. But I'm just like, if they franchise tag you 3 straight years, you're making like $75+ million right there, man. What's the bad about it?
I mean, that's kind of what Jerry Jones did and wasted his money with Dak, right? Remember, he was franchising tagging him every single one. He could have just signed him for a cheaper deal,
exactly,
3 years before, and he kept them pushing it back.
Franchise
then gave him the most expensive contract in the history, but. I think this is why players get like upset about it, because they want the long-term contract and also obviously have guarantees in it. But then at the same time, also maybe they want to get out of there. They don't want to be at that franchise anymore.
Yeah.
Every single offseason, nearly the last like 2, I think he's just been like, I don't know if I want to come back here.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're franchise tag. Yeah.
I love it though, man. It's like for baseball, it's like non-tender or something like that. Whatever they sign minor league deals, not minor league deals, but they have like 3 years under them. They can just arbitration. There you go. They can go through that. Yeah, there you go.
So. Yeah, man. So I mean, NFL offseason is already going kind of crazy, man. I am excited to see where Myles Garrett goes. I think the Chargers making that move today does signal it. I think they're still saying he's favored to go to the Eagles. I don't know, because they just signed
Myles Garrett.
Yeah,
Eagles.
That's what he was favored, right? That's what they're saying. He was.
Bro, if Eagles get Myles,
but then they just signed that. They signed Bond to like a long-term deal. I doubt they can afford him now.
Dude, if that happens, bro, our boy's gonna be jumping off the roof, right? Watch out for him. So,
bro, it's been 5 weeks since the Super Bowl. 4 weeks.
Oh yeah, how was that meet up?
Still, every single day. I knew it. The Eagles, I believed every single day.
Ask him about Sixers, how they're doing. $1 ticket to get.
I know.
$1.
Like, we traded the Sixers for the Eagles this year, so that's why I was like, oh yeah, but you had the Sixers being the second best team in the East.
What do you think about
they're looking the second best?
What do you think about
the lottery pick?
What do you think about Mason Crosby getting that huge deal, man, by the Raiders?
Oh yeah.
What do you think about that, man?
The Raiders don't know what they're doing, man. Mason Crosby was
He's good,
another
but
diva
he's
last year.
good, but not that deal worth good,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
I'm
Not that.
sorry, dude. He had a really good rookie year, I think, or first or second year, whatever he did. But that was against the worst team. I mean, he playing for a bad team, you know.
Yeah, I mean
And
he puts he puts people in their seats. It's probably what it is. They probably need to have some big name, right? So
yeah.
let's just hang on to one person that we do have because no quarterback wants to come to the Raiders. Tom Brady can't convince anyone to go play for the Raiders. So
That's insane, man.
all right, let's get into some basketball now, man. Let's talk about our Lakers, man. How we doing? We're losing right now, right? We're losing to the Knicks.
We're losing by 11, man. That's what I have it on TV right now. We started off strong, and I think Knicks just got to win this game somehow. They're playing motivating basketball, man. Like they're out hustling us and everything in everywhere fashion.
But Lakers are surging, man. They are surging.
Hey, Tapas, when this trade happened, we had this debate, where I felt that Lakers. I didn't look. Oh, I'll be happy if they win the. I still think Boston's the best team, but like I said, like. I don't think they'll win the finals, but I think they can make the finals. And you are really against saying that no, they can't. I mean, you think they're like maybe a second round team, and I think we have a bet. Because our original bet was if Lakers are gonna, I said Lakers gonna be above the play-in, and that got canceled because Luka got traded. Yeah. But then remember, I proposed a new one saying that I think Lakers go further, and I think you said second round, and that's it, I think, or something. And I said that
we said the bet was if they meet the Mavericks, they will beat the Mavericks in the playoffs.
Is that the bet?
And obviously that's not going to happen. Mavericks aren't going to make the playoffs.
Mavs aren't going to make it. Okay, but the thing was this. I felt Lakers with Luka, before Luka even played with the Lakers, with this deal, I felt the Lakers will play well with them. And like if you look at it, if you look at their 7-2 with Luka being the lineup and they're playing well, and their defense is even remarkable, right? I mean, they think that losing AD was going to be bad, but our defense is stepping up. I mean, are you coming on my side a little? Like you can envision them going to the finals. I'm not saying win the finals again. If Boston's still the clear-cut favorite. They're a great team. Boston has 1 through 15 great players, man. They're good players, But in the West, I told you, I don't fear anyone. Like I don't fear OKC. Like my boy Shannon says. I don't fear OKC, KFC, whatever they want to call them.
UFC.
I don't fear them. I don't fear Memphis. I don't fear Houston. I don't fear Mavericks aren't even there anymore. So are you coming on my side a little? Like they might make the finals. Like come on.
I will say right. Luka is a man possessed right now. He's on a mission to, especially after all the stuff the Mavericks have been coming out and saying, oh, like now they call him the hookah Luka, all that kind of stuff, like all this stuff, right? So he is pissed off. Don't get me wrong; they're playing excellent, but they remind me of a very good regular season team.
Get out of here, Tapas. Just get out of here, man. What are you talking?
Okay. Right, we have front running teams, right? So like the Houston Rockets before with James Harden, they always had the best record, number 2 in the West, blah 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 blah, right? When the playoffs started, they were nowhere to be found, right? They lose to the Warriors, right? There's always been teams like that. Cleveland, even New York, right? New York Knicks the last couple of years.
You're not gonna
good. They make all this noise.
You have LeBron on a team that's not gonna let that happen. We know that too. They're not just a regular season team. You do it. James Harden just never got.
What's LeBron's record in the finals? When you say he's not gonna.
But look. I'm not gonna get there. All right. Look, I know LeBron's like 4-8 or 4-7, whatever the case is, right? But that's not the fact. But I'm saying LeBron gets the job done, right? LeBron back in 2018 when Kyrie demanded a trade and he got traded to Boston. Or wherever he got traded to, But LeBron still took that team without Kyrie to the finals.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say is that LeBron team, when they're in the playoffs, they're not playing just because of the regular season. They're not a regular season team because LeBron knows what to do. He knows like how to win a series, And I'm just telling you just straight up, man, like there's nobody in the West that can defend, that Nuggets. Can play against the Lakers, man. The only team I respect is Nuggets because Nuggets have had our numbers all the time. But if we're on the other side of the bracket with Nuggets and Nuggets gets eliminated, I really don't fear no one that, dude, to be honest with you, that's stopping us. I respect Nuggets. Nuggets are the only team that scares me because of Jokic, you know? But I don't care about KFC, dude, to be honest with you. I mean, you know, KFC. So I'm just saying, dude. like Memphis, KFC, you know, like Houston, no one fears me, man. I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. I'll tell you, Phoenix Suns I fear them more than freaking KFC.
Nah, the Suns are a terrible team. OKC's a good team, man. I don't understand.
They're a young team, man. They're a young team.
But they've been young for the last 3 seasons. And then last year they had the number 1 record. This season they have the number 1 record. Like, and everyone said that about the Boston Celtics.
See, that's what you call a season team, Tapas. Number 1 record, having 60+ wins.
Last year they were number 1. They got eliminated early. I'll give you that. Right. That's the same thing that happened to Boston. Remember the year before they won? No. They were always number 1, and then they would lose.
That Miami Heat team went through Boston, Milwaukee, and everyone. Right. So it wasn't no. Boston was not just
same thing.
No, Boston was the Eastern Conference Finals.
Everyone's like, oh, Boston's so young. Boston's not ready yet. And then they win the next season.
They got to the Eastern Conference Finals. But this was no. Hold on, Tapas. That was a year after losing the finals. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals. So it's not Boston was never a regular season team. They actually made it to the finals with that team. With Marcus Smart, and then they lost to the Golden State Warriors in 2021, whatever that case was, you know. And then they came back and lost to Miami in 22. You know, when Miami upsetted everyone, like they upsetted. They started off with Milwaukee. They upsetted them. I forgot who they faced in the middle, but in the last they faced Boston, and they upsetted them too in Game 7. So, but what I'm trying to say is that, man, like, I think Lakers. Look. All I'm going to say is this, Tapas. You're watching the NBA Finals preview on Saturday on ABC, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Stay tuned, my man.
All right. I mean, the only teams that I think the Lakers will struggle against in the playoffs are going to be OKC and the Nuggets. And
I don't even think OKC.
God forbid, honestly, the Clippers.
But do we beat them twice in 3 days? Kawhi played almost 40 minutes. You know, Kawhi hasn't played 40 plus minutes since like 2021.
Season teams, man. Like,
oh my God, dude.
You know, playoff Kawhi, if he happens to stay healthy against us, that's gonna be different.
Do you know Luka owns 2 teams in the West? And guess those
Suns
2 teams?
And who?
Okay, fine, 3 teams. 3 teams in the West. He owns them, like literally owns them.
I'm guessing the Clippers is probably one of them. Right?
Yes, Clippers, he owns them all the time. Suns, he owns them. And the last team he owns, the team he beat last year. OKC, KFC. They beat.
Yeah, of course. With the Mavericks. No, look, this is a different Laker team now because it's not LeBron's team anymore.
Which is great.
Luka's team.
Which is great. That's what you need. Even LeBron said it. This team.
Which is why LeBron looks so much more loose. He's free out there. He doesn't have to worry about all the drama.
You know who said that? Right? You know who said this? I think Carmelo said it in a podcast in recent days. I don't know if you heard. He said LeBron's playing so freely is because LeBron is Anthony Davis and Luka's him.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's great. And this is what LeBron's supposed to do. Luka's just basically
LeBron. This is why when we had this talk before we got Luka, just all this time you were like, oh, you know, Lakers all the way. Lakers gonna blah blah. I'm like, dude, we cannot have a 40-year-old be the best player on our team. That's the issue I had with the Lakers. Once we got rid of Anthony Davis, we got Luka, and now it's officially Luka's team. This is a whole different Laker team altogether. And then now the Clips is coming out. I don't know if you saw it, but like JJ Redick was on a podcast with I forgot their names, and he's like, they asked him, like, "Oh, what's the one player you would love to coach?"
Luka.
You know, like, and he's like, "Oh, this would be you know, not fair, but it's Luka Doncic." And like now, all of a sudden, he's coaching LeBron and Luka. Like, what a dream come true. So like, I think JJ's done a lot better with Luka as the main person versus what he was trying to do with Anthony Davis and LeBron, which is why JJ is also looking a lot better too. The defense has gotten better. Something about me says the Nuggets and OKC will still have our number. That's my only thing. If we don't,
Nuggets will. I'll guarantee. I'll give you that. Nuggets will, because we haven't beat Nuggets. I'm telling you right now, right? So Nuggets will. I'll tell you. I'm scared of Nuggets too. I'm hoping that some other team like Clippers beat them and take them out of the conference, out of the playoffs. But Nuggets do scare me KFC does not scare me, dude. I'm telling you. I just telling you, man.
Because the first round matchup potential, if we stay number 2, which we probably are, right? We will face. Who do we face?
You can't
the
tell
Wolves?
Right now. There's 4 teams you can potentially.
Yeah, the Wolves. Possibly.
Wolves.
The Wolves are not scary.
You understand?
Mavericks
are gonna fall down. I think Suns are gonna go back up in the playing game. Right. Suns are gonna move up in the playing because they gotta move up, right? And so Mavericks will jump out, and then Suns will move in. So I think it's gonna come down to Wolves, Suns,
Clippers, Suns, and Kings. That's a crazy
Clippers. I think Clippers might get the 6th spot, man. To be honest with you, man.
So the Warriors move down because the Warriors are 6th spot.
No, I think Houston's gonna move down. That's what I think.
Oh, okay.
Houston's been on
the Warriors move up. Yeah, they're
Warriors
sliding,
are moving up. Warriors are definitely moving up. I'm telling you right now, Warriors are definitely moving up, man. Like that, they have an easy schedule right now. They're on a roll too. No one's talking about how easy of a schedule they have, but
that's another team too. Don't you think that's a bad matchup for Lakers or Warriors?
Nope.
No.
Who's
chasing Steph around?
Bro, we have wings. We have defenders. Remember what happened 3 years ago when Warriors, we played him in the playoffs? Steph couldn't get anything out of it because Austin Reeves made his life difficult, and then you got Jared Vanderbilt coming on the other way, right?
But this year he has Jimmy Butler.
But that's what I'm trying to say. You have a better point guard in this case too. You have Luka, right? I mean, I'm not saying Luka's a defender, but Luka's still big guard.
Luka's not running around after Steph, dude. Come on.
No, not after Steph. I'm saying with Jimmy out there, right? Luka will be sitting on Jimmy's ass, or LeBron will be sitting on Jimmy's ass.
Brother, have you ever seen Luka play defense?
No, I'm not saying Luka is a defender, but when he plays defense, he's not bad, man. People make it seem like this fool doesn't play defense at all, dude. Come on, Tapas. You can't tell me that he doesn't play no defense. He plays defense, but not just what people want him to play like. Tapas.
This is you and Cam Reddish all over again. Come on, man.
Oh my God.
Do you realize how hard the Mavericks had to work last year to hide Luka in the defensive in the defense part whenever they're playing? You know how much they have to work.
Okay, look. Okay, look. We have Austin Reeves, right? Who's a good defender. We have Dorian Finney-Smith, and we have Jared Vanderbilt, right? You're telling me those 3 guards, three wing players, cannot frustrate Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler? LeBron, when motivated, plays great D.
I love this, man. All of a sudden, the Lakers are the best defensive team in the league. When did this happen? We got Luka Doncic, the worst superstar player for to play defense. All of a sudden, now the best team.
Since June 6th, June 15th, or whatever, for the last 18 games, we are the number 1 defensive. We already the offensive defensive points differential is 102. What are you talking? We're number 1. Our defense is good. Number 1 defense. Are you kidding me? Tapas, this is before Luka's trade. December 18th. Go look at the stats, man. December 18th.
Mm-hmm. So when we lost to the Bobcats.
Okay, we beat so many good teams, though. What are you talking about? We beat Boston in that case. New York.
We lost to the Jazz.
But those are sorry teams, right? That's
we lost to the 76ers.
Philly, Utah, and Charlotte. Those are the only teams we lost to, right? But think about the teams we beat. We're on a surge, man. I think in the last 20 games, we're 16-4.
No, yeah, for sure. That's
and our defensive net rating is great, man. Number 1, we skyrocketed. You can't tell me that Lakers don't play defense. That means everybody got to play defense. Look, when your team goes number 1 in that stretch, right, Tapas?
Yeah.
That means your team defense is good, right? If your team defense is good, that means everybody on that team needs to play defense, right? Or no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I'm just saying everyone's stepping their game up a little, right? I'm not saying Luka is a great defender. I'm saying Luka is trying to play defense, right? Trying to stay in front of his guy. Same thing with LeBron. I don't know if you've seen any of the games. LeBron's, ever since Luka's been in the lineup, he's been re-energized. He's actually
for sure, yeah.
It's definitely
made his job easier.
He's taking the extra step on defense. He's not being lazy. Not the old lazy LeBron that doesn't go for people shooting the ball and going for it. He's actually hustling, man. So I'm saying we're number 1 right now in our defense, man. And we'll only be giving up 102 points in the last week or 2. And that's keeping a team under 102 is crazy, man. It's in this NBA.
Yeah, no, I give him that. In this league, for sure, it's crazy.
And
in this current
being
league.
16-4, yeah, okay. Those losses, yeah, you're right. I'd rather have those losses come against a Charlotte and a Utah and a Philly. I don't mind, because if you tell me that, hey, you lose to Charlotte, Sixers and Utah, but you're gonna go and beat Denver at Denver, Boston, you're gonna be New York in New York, I'll take that, man, in a heartbeat. I'll trade that in. Because those victory matters more than those losses, because that shows that your team is ready to play against those bad boys. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that says a lot, man. So keeping Denver to 100 points. Well, hold on, keeping Denver to 100 points. That's crazy. That was Luka's fourth game, I think.
Hang on. My question to you is: answer my question, okay?
God.
My question to you is: who do you think has the better defense, Warriors or the Lakers?
Lakers.
But they're rated the same.
How they're rated the same, bro? How they're rated the same?
The Lakers on average give up 111 points per game to opponents. 111.2.
Okay.
The Warriors also give up 111.2. The Warriors score 113.3 per game, and the Lakers score 113.1 per game.
I'm gonna pull the stat for you, bro. I can't find it right now. I even say
no. I understand what you're saying. I know since we got Luka and all that stuff, we've been surging. Our defense looks better, but if you're comparing to like KFC, KFC is the best team defensively in the league.
Yeah.
Right?
They are.
So I'm just saying those are the teams you got to be scared of. If somehow OKC and the Nuggets play each other and one of them gets knocked out, I give the Lakers a great chance.
Dude, I hope that happens.
But if we have to go face the Nuggets and then we face OKC after that, it's gonna be tough to get there.
No, I agree.
Then you gotta face the best team, which is the Celtics.
I agree with you. I agree with you, man. I mean, like I said, we haven't beat Nuggets, even though we've been better than Nuggets. Nuggets only been good for 20 minutes, and that's in the fourth quarter, and they win the games. And we've been winning every entire quarter, so we haven't beat them in a series. So I agree with you. I'm telling you right now, Nuggets are the only team that scares me. KFC really does not. I mean, because don't really have faith their players will step up, except for Shy. Shy will step up because Shy is a superstar.
I don't know, man. It's just something about just them being the best team, number one record, best defense in the team. Just tell me that.
But they were there last year too. But they were there last year.
They weren't defensively this. But they were offensively.
They're number one team last year as well, and Luka and the Mavericks, beat them in Game 7, I think. So, I mean, it's.
Yeah, and luckily Lakers never played them because we wouldn't tell either, But I'm just saying that's the only thing. OKC and Nuggets. That's the two teams. If I was the Lakers in the first playoff game, I would not want to face either the Clippers, because guess what? The Clippers are the second best defensive team in the league.
But you know what, though, man? I'll tell you this right now. If Lakers hold on to their second seed, I hope they do. Look, you'll see. Okay, put it this way. Before I continue my statement, Lakers are about to go through a stretch in a week and a half that will tell you everything about their defense, their team, and what they're made of in playoffs. Because I don't even have it in front of me, but I can tell you a few teams they're playing, and that'll show you what they're going to be like starting from tonight, right? They're playing New York, right? We're losing by 7, I think, or 8, whatever the case is. Hopefully we win and come back and we win. On Saturday, like I said, is a preview of NBA Finals. It's Lakers at Boston. It's a primetime game. A great test, right? Let's see how we do there. Then we come. Then we travel. We travel to a team. I forgot. It's not a good team.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. It's not a good team, but whatever. Yeah, after that, we go face Milwaukee in Milwaukee. Then I think it's a back-to-back, if I'm not mistaken. Milwaukee and then at Denver. I think it's a Thursday Friday game, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. That's gonna be a test. Milwaukee and then Denver. right? That's like going from northwest to all the way to Colorado. That's insane, right?
LeBron's not playing that Denver game.
Oh,
right?
both of them will play. No, I guarantee both of them will play that. Those two games.
No,
Dude, Giannis versus dude, he's not missing Giannis versus LeBron. First of all,
that's not gonna play, dude. He already got his 50K. He's not playing.
All right,
he's chilling, man. He's chilling.
Let's hear about that. And then coming back home, I think we play Suns and Denver, I think, or Milwaukee maybe. I forgot what team we play. Something like that.
Suns, then San Antonio, then Denver.
Yeah, see, those are this. So next week and a half is gonna tell you so much about the Lakers, about where they're at, if they're a contender or if they're not contender, if their defense is real or not. Because if we beat those teams like that on the road, that means our defense did step up too. We just can't be off it, right? And so I think the next 7 games will tell you if Lakers are good or not, starting today. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Oh, off to a rocky start, but
yeah, it is.
But yeah, I mean, the Boston game I think will be they're difficult. I think they beat Milwaukee. Milwaukee is okay.
It's so funny. Everyone was out today, man, for Boston. I love it. They're getting ready for this Laker team. Is insane. Yeah. Like, even Sam Hauser, who was basically the role player, was out today. I love it, dude.
They want to make this statement, right? Like, because the Lakers are the darlings now. They're the 3rd favorites to win it all, right? Something like that.
They're moving up, man. Up the freaking thing. Oh man, I wanna go. Did you watch the Inside the NBA pregame or no?
No, I missed it.
Okay. Did you hear the comment that Kyrie Perkins made about 2 days ago? About he said that the Lakers saved the NBA. He made a bold statement.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You heard that quote, right?
For sure.
And
I agree.
And I thank you. Finally, you agree, dude. Fuck, dude. I'm so happy you finally agree with me because I really thought you were gonna take the other side, dude.
No. Luka Magic, the biggest basketball player in the world, coming to the Lakers, obviously saved the league.
My gosh. Easy. And go read. Okay, so Charles Barkley literally called out Kyrie Perkins today at the pregame show and said that the clowns at the other station said that the Lakers saved the NBA. And that's basically bullshit. He said, we're going to be working with them. And he told Shaq, you know who I'm talking about? Kyrie Perkins. He literally said his name. And Kyrie Perkins sent out a tweet saying that, hey, man, I'll address this tomorrow. So I can't wait for that. But look, honestly, man, both of them are dumbasses. Kyrie Perkins and Charles Barkley.
Chuck is a Laker hater.
He's just a pure Laker hater, right? And the reason I like Perkins, he doesn't have knowledge of basketball, but he talks what real thing is or what's not real, right?
Well, he's also a LeBron lover too.
Sometimes he calls out LeBron too, man. Like when LeBron missed the
All-Star. He's like Shannon Sharp, man.
But he does call out LeBron though. When LeBron didn't play the All-Star game and everything, he does call out LeBron. Like he doesn't homer straight up. Yeah. And so I do agree with you. I really thought Tapas. I really thought you're gonna take the other stance. Think that you didn't.
It's obviously I mean that was also the conspiracy. Like the NBA is in trouble. Viewership is down. We gotta do something, and the Mavericks are like, we can give up Luka.
And you know what's crazy?
Did you hear about why the Mavericks are doing what they're doing?
Because they want to move the team.
Yeah.
To Vegas.
So they're doing the same thing the Rams did.
Yeah.
In St. Louis.
Yeah, exactly. They want to move to Vegas. They want to
shit the bed, get rid of all the good players.
They want the Browns to hate the team. That will move out the team.
Exactly. And now they're raising up this. Kyrie goes out.
The owner is the casino mogul, right? And so they want to move that to Vegas. So
and they got denied of opening a casino
there. Yeah,
in Dallas.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they want to move to Vegas. Yeah. So that's what they want to do, anyways. Yeah. And now they're raising the prices up. And Kyrie's out.
8% hike.
AD's out.
Right before the injury. I want to get into Mavs too, but I know we're getting short on time. But I want to address this really quick, right? So I do agree with you. Okay, like I told you, Tapas, in my 20 years of watching sports, Super Bowl and everything, I never had a player going to a team stop Super Bowl. That was a media day. It was a media week. It was a week leading up to Super Bowl, and that shit happened on Saturday. It was a media freaking day, bro. Monday was gonna be a media day, and leading up to Super Bowl, it literally stopped the NFL. You know how crazy that? Think about that. It stopped Super Bowl, the biggest sporting event in Northern California. Yeah, and Charles Barkley saying no, it's not the Lakers did not save it. No. Luka. Okay. I even told my friend, right? My friend's like, oh, so if Luka would have got traded to a team like Charlotte Hornets, that would have been a big deal. No, because you're pairing up Luka with LeBron in Los Angeles. That's what created I told him that's what created a hurricane, an earthquake, and a volcano at the same time. You paired up a big city like Los Angeles. You created a player with LeBron James, who's arguably a top 3 player right now. LeBron James with a top 10 player, I think, in my view. LeBron James. Sorry, Luka's a top 3 player. LeBron's a top 10 to top 15 player right now in the game. Mm-hmm. And arguably you putting a guy who's not even in his prime and the guy who's exited his prime and playing like in his prime together. Yeah. You basically created a freaking like crazy ass hurricane there. Yeah. So that's what stopped it, you know? And I do believe if you notice it, everyone's tuning into Laker games now. Like the world is like when we played the Nuggets like 2 weeks ago, it broke the record. And then whenever Lakers are televised,
can be off the charts.
Exactly. Like this Saturday is gonna be. I feel this Saturday is gonna be the NBA final kind of record. Boston versus Lakers. It's gonna be like NBA finals type of record. It's gonna be ratings, you know. So it did stop. Lakers did save the NBA. I mean, if you look at it, if Lakers don't pull off that trade, right? Lakers say we want to keep Anthony Davis, we don't want Luka. Think about how dumbass it would have looked, you know. I mean.
Man. Can you imagine?
Dude, imagine reports came out saying Lakers turned down Luka for
would have gotten death threats.
Sell the team now, dude. Like straight up.
Like, bro, get out of here. We want you fired. Like, oh my god, if he said no to that trade.
I do agree with Kenny Perkins. That was a good take by him. Charles Barkley's just a stupid ass hater, you know?
Yeah. And he's always been a Laker hater. Like he hates when the Lakers and the media talk about Lakers. I mean, that one trade, which, like I said, it stopped the Super Bowl. So much so that, like, even up to the game, up to the Super Bowl game, people were talking about the Luka trade.
Exactly.
People were like, when is he playing? When's his first game? When it was going to be happening after the Super Bowl was going to happen? So, like, people were waiting for him to play. And then he's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, by the way, Super Bowl is happening this weekend. Oh, shit, that's right.
They were going to play Utah Jazz, and I was in the East Coast. And people were like, oh, isn't today's Luka game? I was in D.C., man. And they were like, isn't today's Luka game? I'm like, yeah, at 10. Yeah. Can't wait.
Crazy, man.
It's insane, man. And so I don't know what Charles is talking about. He's
finally woken up. You know, like I think what's now is better is that the Luka thing is actually working, and now we're like the number 2 team.
Oh man!
And he's waking up finally. He's talking his shit. He's animated again, like how he is. I think he's playing comfortable. So
it's great. And then I want to talk about the Mavericks, man. What I feel bad for Kyrie Irving getting torn. So if people don't know, man, tore his ACL. Look, I really felt that if AD came back, you know, they had a window of 3 years to win this championship. You know, they're a good team. You know, my wife doesn't believe it. It was a good team, you know, with the lineup they have. You know, they can win a championship. But at the same time, man, I don't. Kyrie Irving won't be back till like middle of next year because the ACL takes about a year or so, about 10 months to a year. And then if you're Mavericks, you own your own draft pick this year and next year. Wouldn't you just tank and go for that top pick? And just kind of call it, and don't let Anthony Davis even come back and touch the floor. I mean, that's what I would do
for sure. Yeah, AD, they gotta shut AD down, right? And just let the tank happen. But the big thing right now is that they're saying that Kevin Durant may go there.
So there's rumors that Kevin Durant might go there, or he might go to the Lakers.
Yeah.
Or he might.
I think he would come to the Lakers if LeBron wasn't here.
Exactly. That's what I told my friend.
He doesn't want to play with LeBron.
I agree with you. That's what I told my friend.
So I think he wants to play with Kai. So I think, and this will probably motivate Kyrie to come back because he may be even consider retirement at this point. I mean, not that he still got it. The dude can still ball. Kyrie Irving can still
33 or 34, yeah.
But like, yeah, after this, you'll be like, do I come back? But if Kevin Durant can say, "Hey, I'll come back if you're actually gonna play again," then he might be motivated to come back. And I think Kevin Durant, AD, and Kyrie Irving, that's a big 3.
That'll be a dangerous team. I mean, honestly, if I'm Dallas, I have that two picks available. Give them up and then go get KD. But I do think KD. I told you the other option. I think KD will be perfect. Is OKC. They need him.
If he won't go back to the Warriors, why would he go back to the OKC?
Well, do you see why he say no to Warriors though? He say it's not because just the Warriors or Draymond. He said that I didn't want to go in the middle of the season. So that means, he was open to go in the offseason. He's like, look, man, it's the middle of the season. I want to see what we have. I'm committed to a team and I want to play it out and we'll see where it goes. And then he's like, I told him in the offseason we can revisit it. And so that means he was open to go. He even came out with saying that. He's like, I didn't want to go anywhere, to be honest with you. And so I even said no to every team almost, So that wasn't the case about, not going to Golden State.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to play with them, honestly, but that makes sense.
So yeah, that's, and then another news I want to talk about is Phoenix Suns, man. I mean, they came back from Clippers 23-point down. I mean, that was crazy. I thought they were gonna lose that game, to be honest with you, man. But they ended up coming back. I didn't watch the game, but they ended up coming back, which is crazy, And so, but where is Suns going, man? What do you do with that, and what's going on?
You just gotta blow the whole thing up, dude. Find a way to have Bradley Beal go somewhere else. Keep D-Book. Get Kevin Durant out. Get some picks back for Kevin Durant if you can, and just start afresh.
But the thing is this: what do you if you're D-Book, do you even want to be in Phoenix? I mean, he's not in a franchise. He doesn't look like a franchise player anymore, man. Before he did.
That's true.
Before he did. To me, he did
before, yeah.
But now he doesn't even look like a franchise player.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they're gonna rebuild, then it's probably not worth it. Because then, why would I always stay here for another 2-3 years and we're going to keep sucking and we're going to, keep trying to draft players? But this was the thing with the Phoenix Suns. Everyone thought this was going to happen. You're loaded, you're top heavy, but your bench sucks. You waste all your money on just 3 players, and you're not going to get anywhere. And this was expected. I just don't know why people are surprised by them, though.
Yeah, but I mean,
I thought. I remember when you broke it in our group chat. I was just like, "This is good, but they're still gonna suck. This is weird."
I remember your reaction. You disagreed with that too. I remember that. But the thing was this, right, man? Before they got KD, right? They actually had a really good team. I don't know why they blew it up. Huh. I mean, they had an all-around team. Reminding me of the Lakers, right? They had Mikal Bridges, a wing defender. They had Chris Paul, a 4 general, who actually was a point guard for them. They had DeAndre Ayton, who can actually serve as a better center than what they have right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, why even blow it up?
You know why?
They went to the finals, man. Why even?
Yeah, you know why? Luka.
Luka
embarrassed the shit out of them.
They did.
I love that series so much because Devin Booker was talking his shit, making fun of Luka, all this stuff. And you remember? I remember that last game. They were up by 50-something points.
That's insane. That's what killed them.
After that, they're like, we got to blow it up. We can't. We got to do something else. And then they got desperate, and they started Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal. Let me just throw a bunch of players in there. And Luka just embarrassed them each time, dude.
That's insane. Luka, you're right. That was a nail right there, man. That killed him, man.
That series was when I became a huge Luka fan. I was like, this guy is freaking killer, man.
That was game 7, right? Or game 6 or something.
Yeah, well, game 7 is when they blew him out, yeah. But they came back down 3-2.
In Phoenix.
In Phoenix. Oh, man, I loved it so much. I think CP3 was in that game, in that team too, right?
Yep. Everybody was on it. Yeah, it was the final team that returned. It's insane, man.
Poor Luka, man. Luka. I mean, not poor Luka, but Luka is the reason why they had to blow it up, man.
Yeah. I'm it's insane, man. I don't know how.
Yeah, what do you think? I mean, the Suns, they probably got to start fresh. Yeah, I think they probably need to get rid of D-Book too.
Yeah,
maybe send him to OKC and get a bunch of picks. They got a crap ton of picks. That's a good one.
I would do that too, dude. I just think I was before Devin Booker a few years ago. I felt like he was gonna be in that. He was coming up as a superstar, like a franchise player. I don't even see him like that, man. I feel him like he's like a second option maybe on a championship team.
Yeah, he's better Robin than he is Batman.
He's drifted off. I mean, he reached his peak, right? He reached his potential. So I don't feel that anymore. So
yeah,
Suns, man, they should blow it up, man. If I were them, man, this offseason because they have no draft picks. They traded everything away for Kevin Durant. So.
Yeah, I just didn't get why. I mean, they should have kept DeAndre Ayton. I never got why they did that. Like, Bradley Beal was a good player on a bad team.
Exactly.
So, I don't know. I didn't get that part. They should have kept him. And I know he had beef with the old coach. That's why they got rid of him and all that kind of stuff. But, like...
Monty Williams.
Yeah, Monty Williams. But now they got Budenholzer, who's actually a really good coach. But he just doesn't know how to operate with only 3 players that can actually play. Everyone else is a bunch of...
Monty Williams actually was a better coach than Frank Vogel, better than Budenholzer. Like he was like he got players to play, man. They went to the finals, dude. Like he was a good coach.
But it was very interesting though, man.
What do you think about LeBron's 50,000, man?
Dude, amazing, man. He is the greatest statistical player of all time.
I'm telling you, man.
I know people are putting him in the GOAT category. Every time LeBron makes a record, everyone's like, "Oh my God, he's a GOAT." I will say he is the greatest statistical.
No one's gonna actually touch his 50,000. That's insane.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, do you know how good you have to play consistently? And it took him 22 years. Ooh. So
22 years. I think the only player that's
I don't think anybody's
close.
I don't think anybody's
right is actually ahead for where at his age
Luka?
for where LeBron was is Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
that's the only player.
Kevin Durant, but then he's still like 36 now, dude. So I don't think he will even come close.
No, he is. Because what was it? Didn't he just break he just broke some kind of like scoring record or whatever, and like he's the youngest one ever to do it. Yeah,
I missed it probably. I probably might have missed it, that dude. But LeBron, Kenny said it the best today on Inside the NBA. He's probably the GOAT for 35 and up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nobody has ever played like this, man.
I'll give you that.
If 35 and up, he's a GOAT. No one can ever do this, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
that's a great.
I mean, he's the GOAT of this era, right? Post Kobe.
Yeah,
GOAT of the era. Right. I mean, and that's why I don't like this. I personally don't like the whole GOAT conversation. I tease you about it because I know you think he's the greatest of all time. Like I always think it's like era based kind of playing. So you have the Jordan era, you have the Kobe era, and the LeBron era. I guess
put it this way, man. He's a GOAT. Like you put it the best way. He's a GOAT of this era. Meaning, like Magic gave the torch to Jordan. Jordan gave the torch to Kobe. Kobe gave the torch to LeBron. That's the way I see it, right? That's what you call a GOAT in that conversation. That's why I feel like he's gonna be that.
And now he's giving a torch to Luka.
And I do feel Luka's going to be the next player, man. To be honest
and he's literally in the same team as him too,
exactly,
which is great.
It's going to be awesome, man.
Did you see like how they had Luka's birthday party?
Oh yeah,
right? And he had the cake, and he said no, thank you. And everyone's like, that's LeBron right there. LeBron's teaching him how to have a better diet. He said no to cake. It's already working.
You say no to cake? Gosh, man. But this is great though, man. This Saturday, man. I'm telling you, I'm excited for it. Hopefully, Lakers show up and not disappoint me.
That's gonna be a good game, dude. I cannot wait.
They're losing this game. They're missing everything right now, man. The game is close. It's only 8-point game, but they can't make it. They can't come through, man. So it sucks.
Yeah. But yeah, the Monday podcast will be fun. We'll definitely recap that.
Exactly, man. It's gonna be back to our normal programming. It was a little hiatus for the week and a half, but it was great. But yeah, bro, it was great. Talking sports today, brother.
Yes, sir. Until then, we will see you guys later. Brown balls out.